You're trying. Eating better. Moving more. Repeating affirmations that never really sink in. But the weight doesn't leave. And deep down, you wonder, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. Your body isn't broken, it's burdened. Not by fat, but by feelings. By stories you never got to finish. By losses you never gave yourself permission to mourn. You want to shed pounds, but your nervous system is still holding on to memories that hurt. The kind of pain that doesn't show up on blood tests, only in sleepless nights and emotional hunger. You think you lack discipline, but what you truly lack is softness toward yourself. And I'm here to remind you, you can't lose what's still protecting you. That weight isn't resistance, it's remembrance. Your body is carrying what your soul couldn't process. So before you push harder, pause. Ask yourself, what part of me is still bleeding and just needs to be seen? Because healing isn't a battle, it's an invitation. And your body is still waiting to be heard. You look in the mirror and feel frustration. You pinch the extra weight and say, why are you still here? But maybe that weight isn't the problem. Maybe it's the protector. That softness around your belly. It might have been your body's way of saying, I've got you, when no one else did. When the world hurt you. When your heart broke and no one noticed, your body did. It responded. Not with words, but with layers. Layers that held your pain. Layers that made you feel invisible when visibility felt dangerous. Layers that numbed what you weren't allowed to feel. You think your body betrayed you, but maybe it's been loyal in ways you never understood. So before you punish it with diets or shame, try this instead. Place your hand gently over your belly and say, thank you. Because your body didn't fail you. It held you together. And now it's not asking to be controlled. It's asking to be released with love. You think weight loss is about eating less, moving more, tracking numbers, resisting cravings, staying strong. But what if strength is not what you need right now? What if what you really need is softness? There are things you survived, but never truly mourned. Goodbyes you never said. Tears you never cried. Disappointments you buried so deep, even you forgot they were there. And still, your body remembers. It stores what your mind silenced. It keeps the score. So you fight against your own flesh, but you're not fighting fat, you're fighting grief. And grief doesn't respond to control. It responds to compassion. It melts when it's finally acknowledged. What if the weight isn't here to be lost, but to be understood? What if healing starts the moment you say, yes, that hurt me. Yes, I needed more. Yes, I'm still carrying that. Not because you're weak, but because no one ever gave you permission to let go. Until now. Late at night, the cravings hit. You're not hungry, but something pulls you to the kitchen. You open the fridge, hoping food will fill what you can't name. And for a moment, it does. Not because your body needs energy, but because your soul needs comfort. You're not eating for fuel. You're eating for pause, for relief, for quiet in a mind that never stops echoing with what you've been trying to avoid. Food becomes your escape, a way to hush the emotions that were too heavy to carry in daylight. A ritual of coping in a world that never asked how your heart was doing. And still you blame yourself. But here's the truth. You never had a food problem. You had a feeling problem that no one taught you how to face. You didn't eat to gain weight. You ate to gain space. To survive a moment. To create a softness in a world that felt too hard. And that's not weakness. That's wisdom. But now, maybe it's time to listen to the hunger beneath the hunger. To ask, what am I really starving for? You avoid mirrors, or you stare into them, picking yourself apart. But that body you criticize so harshly is made of every word you couldn't say. Every time you smiled while you were hurting. Every moment you felt invisible and kept going anyway. It's not just fat. It's protection. It's survival. The weight on your body is the weight of silence, of holding back tears, of pretending to be okay when your world was collapsing inside. You think you're at war with your body. But your body isn't the enemy, it's the journal of everything you've endured. And each pound, it's a memory. A story that was never told out loud. A part of you that didn't feel safe enough to speak. So when you say, I hate this body, your body hears, I hate what I had to do to survive. What if instead, you whispered, thank you for carrying what I couldn't? Because healing doesn't begin with punishment. It begins with recognition. And the reflection you see just wants to be loved back into wholeness. You call it self-sabotage. You lose weight, then gain it back. You follow the plan until something breaks. And you think, why do I keep ruining everything? But maybe you're not sabotaging anything. Maybe you're protecting yourself. Because healing feels unfamiliar. Because letting go of pain means facing it. And because sometimes your brain believes that suffering is safer than change. You didn't fail the diet. Your nervous system flinched. Your trauma got triggered. And your body responded exactly the way it was taught to. By slowing down, by shutting off, by clinging to what feels known even when it hurts. This isn't sabotage. This is survival. And if you look closely, you'll see that every time you gave up was really a moment your heart whispered, I'm not ready. I still need safety. So instead of asking, why do I keep sabotaging myself? Try asking, what pain haven't I felt safe enough to face? Because once you feel it, really feel it, your body will finally believe it's safe to let it go. You think weight loss begins with control, discipline, willpower, sacrifice. So you tighten the rules. You cut more, move more, force more, but nothing changes. Because you're still fighting yourself, still treating your body like a battlefield when all it ever wanted was peace. You were taught that pain should be silenced. That hunger should be ignored. That softness makes you weak. So you turned against your own needs. You mistook punishment for progress. And you wondered why healing never came. But real change doesn't come from shame. It comes from truth. From softness. From finally saying, I don't need to suffer to be worthy. Your body isn't stubborn. It's tired. Tired of being treated like the enemy when it's been carrying the weight of your unloved self. So here's the invitation. What if you stopped punishing yourself and started listening? What if the version of you that's still hurting just needs a little tenderness? Because the day you stop fighting yourself is the day your body stops fighting you.